2023 saw a lot of great video games come our way, and today we're reacting to the top 10 video games of 2023. That was the most default intro I've ever done in my life.
Link, you must find me.
I've heard this game was very good. I've never played Tears of the Kingdom.
Today, we're counting down our picks for the greatest video games to be released over the past year.
Still angry after all these years, Marco? You should try yoga.
Spider-Man.
Number 10, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon.
I haven't even heard of this game. How is it one of the best? Oh dear.
You can always count on FromSoft.
It also looks pretty low res.
Standing franchise, Armored Core promised giant robots shooting the bejesus out of each other, and will be damned if they didn't deliver in spades.
It looks pretty good.
Customization, the thrill of the firefights, the absurd scope of its mechanical bosses, it's certainly a trial by fire that will test your patience and willingness to change loadouts on the fly. But it's still a blast to play, once again proving that From Software are so much more than just all things Soulsborne.
It does look pretty good.
Retreat! Open the partition!
I'll have to
Number
get it
9,
sometime.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Heard of it, haven't played it. It's not my kind of game, Star Wars, but maybe this little clip will
While it
convince me.
certainly had a rough start, there's no denying that Cal Kestis' second outing was a worthy follow-up to Fallen Order's fantastic foundation. With a narrative that dove into Cal's desperation against the Empire, a massive hub world, and a total refinement of lightsaber combat, slicing through stormtroopers has never been so much fun. Where they go from here is up in the air, but we're all secretly hoping we'll get the chance to further explore Cal's willingness to embrace the dark side moving forward. Also,
okay.
rest in peace to Rick the Door Technician. What a legend.
Alright, okay. That was
Number
so
8,
good.
Hi-Fi Rush.
What? What game is
This
this?
thing
I haven't heard of any of
nowhere and
these.
blew everyone away on arrival. One of the most successful shadow drops in gaming history, Hi-Fi Rush was the perfect marriage of Devil May Cry and an anime rhythm game.
I do like Devil May Cry.
Banging tracks, a slick animation design,
Devil May Cry 2
and
is
a
a
hilarious
childhood
cast that
hero.
will keep you constantly entertained
Icon.
as you riff your way
One
through
of them.
colorful stages.
Is that a weapon?
I don't think so.
I think he's resisting.
Wait, what?
Even if you're tone deaf and can't keep a beat to save your life, the fun Chai and others bring to the table is too good to pass up.
I
Number
can't
7,
say I've
Final
ever heard of
Fantasy
this.
16.
I've heard of this. Again, haven't played it yet. God's sake, I've got to get onto these games.
Yoshi P just does not miss. Taking the beloved lore, giant monsters, and world building the franchise
looks
is famous
sick.
for, and containing it within
do
a
like
framework
that.
akin to A Song of Ice and Fire, the result turned out to be a Final Fantasy like no other. While a few found the switch to full-on action too much of a leap from the series' turn-based roots, Clive's story of vengeance nonetheless reached new heights in terms of what a Final Fantasy game can offer.
It does look
Whether
pretty
they be
sick.
quiet moments of character
Good graphics
exploration
as well.
or cinematic boss battles that might just be some of modern gaming's best.
Maybe it's time to give this game a try. I'll tell you what I'm playing right now, and I've finally got around to playing it, and I platinumed it a couple nights ago. Ghost of Tsushima. What a fucking game. If you haven't played it before, just get onto it, bro. PS5 as well. Oh my god, the haptics on the DLC as well. It's out of this world. I'm currently exploring Iki and getting all the trophies for that, and I'm about to do New Game Plus. I've platinumed the main game, and it is so worth it. I'm about 60 hours in. It is so fun. My first proper Souls-like. I just love it.
Number 6, Alan Wake 2.
I heard a lot of good about this game, but once again, I did not get onto playing it. Not yet.
You think you know meta? You think you know just how outside the box a game can be? Well, hold on to your britches, because Sam Lake is here to show you that
Shit
you've
your
seen
britches.
nothing yet.
Oh, there should be copyright music right here. Sorry. Very sorry.
Not only is the sequel everything fans of the original could want in terms of its own brand of survival horror, but Remedy have crafted a game that breaks down nearly every convention when it comes to blending genres, reaching well past the fourth wall, and incorporated live action in the wildest of ways. It's one hell of a mind trip that needs to be experienced. If only for that dance sequence.
There was a manuscript it held a key.
Right, okay.
I must not surrender to.
Number 5.
That seems pretty
Spider-Man
interesting.
2.
You know the drill, I haven't played it yet. But I'm actually considering playing Miles Morales soon, because I've heard a lot of good about that.
But once again, they outdid themselves with what just might be the best Spider-Man to date. Swinging across New York has never felt better. With
The graphics aren't too good though. Yeah.
Same with combat, allowing for
That looks
downright
good,
brutal
but when you're swinging
combinations
around, it
as
isn't too
both
good.
Spider-Man can utilize their own unique movesets. As for its story, pacing issues aside, the combination of Kraven's last hunt, the rise of Venom, Peter's fracturing relationships, as well as Miles' identity crisis all lent themselves to an explosion of emotional payoffs that had us reeling. We can't wait for the
Okay.
closing chapter to round out the trilogy. Let's just hope they scrap Miles' Adidas costume by that point.
Adidas costume? What do you mean?
Can't let it binge me again.
Well, okay.
Number 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
I don't know how to feel about this game. I don't know. It doesn't
those
feel the
wondering
same
if
as old
Mario's
Mario
2D
Brothers.
glory
This,
days were
well,
long
that
and
Mario's, I know
possibly
it's a
back
kid's
then,
game
while the
essentially,
Wonder
but it's
Seed mechanic
too
changes
childlike
everything
these
up by
days.
altering
What I mean by this is that me and my best friend were actually discussing this last week. Think of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time back on the old DS. Even Bowser's Inside Story, it's a bit darker, it's a bit more like gritty. That's one of the reasons why they didn't get remastered, is because they're a bit dark and they're a bit gritty, but I think that is such a good RPG turn-based game. This is just too watered down, I find. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I have to experience it for myself, because the one on the old Mario Brothers on the Wii was fantastic, and on a DS.
It's a brilliant platformer and potentially the start of the plumber's second renaissance in the 2D scene.
Yeah, well, that's quite a big endorsement.
Number 3, Resident Evil
Res
4.
4 remaster. Alright. Is this the one where it goes
Resident Evil 2
Chris
catapulted
on the
Capcom
bridge?
back on top. What they did with their reimagining of the fourth
That's an
mainline
inside
entry
joke.
has cemented them as the king of modern gaming. Taking
right.
such a pinnacle title and sprucing up the graphics is one thing, but to remake it into one of the best survival horror games of the last century is something else.
Please, do continue.
Graphically, it's incredible.
It does
The
look very
gameplay is beyond
pretty, to be
satisfying,
fair.
while the
Very,
new
very
mechanics
pretty.
such as
Yeah.
pairing seamlessly slide into place. And yes, Leon and his hair have never looked more dazzling. It's everything you could want in an RE game and is an absolute must-play for hardcore fans and newcomers alike.
It does look very good. Alright. What's next?
Number 2, The Legend
Tears
of
of the
Zelda.
Kingdom. So what's
Tears
number
of the Kingdom.
1? I can't think for some reason.
Breath of the Wild was a landmark event in gaming, and one that sent Link and his franchise soaring to new heights. So how could a sequel match the impact of the original? By doubling down on what made it great and adding features that we didn't know we needed.
Right.
Hyrule has never been so vast, with the Sky Islands and depths now adding verticality to the exploration.
I have heard
While
a
the
ton
ability
of
to fuse
praise
and
about this
create
game.
transportation,
Absolute
along with
loads.
the means to torture Koroks, adds another layer to player agency and imagination. The sheer density of what is on offer here has made it the jewel in Nintendo's crown, and that's no small feat.
Well, fair enough. They got a lot to do for the next game then. Alright, what's honorable
Here
mentions
are
then
a
for
few
this?
honorable mentions.
What we got?
Dredge,
Dredge? Never heard of this. Scintillating gameplay.
Sea of Stars,
Never heard of this. But that looks pretty good actually. That's my kind of game.
Street Fighter 6,
Okay, I've heard of Street Fighter.
Dave the Diver,
Wow. What a Game of the Year contender.
Starfield,
Finally a game I've played for fun. I played Starfield. I love Starfield.
Number 1.
Oh, I
Baldur's Gate
forgot all about Baldur's Gate. Again, I've heard of it, haven't played it, but I feel like I've got to play 1 and 2 first.
Larian Studios didn't just create a great fantasy RPG, they created the fantasy RPG. Using the lore and tabletop system of Dungeons & Dragons as a bedrock, they crafted a game so intricately layered that it's honestly mind-boggling. The sheer amount of choices and customization on display here is ungodly, with branching paths for literally every encounter and every class. They are as numerous as they are intricate, rewarding, and painstakingly thought out.
Listen, you look like you know how to handle yourself. You should meet my associates.
Words truly can't do justice to
maybe
what's
we
on offer
should.
here. The narrative will have you gripped. The characters and their respective performances are god tier, and above all else, it will have you wishing to dive even deeper into its beautifully macabre world, either alone or with friends in co-op. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have to go start up our Dark Urge playthroughs.
Well, you enjoy that, buddy. As of all those games, including honorable mentions, I've only played 1. Starfield. That's an honorable mention. With me, I'm really quite weird. It takes a lot for me to get into a game, let alone when I platinum it. Last year I platinumed Ghostwire Tokyo. This year, it's already been Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna try and do one every month in my own time. Do you like games? Smash like, subscribe. Tell me what game you like most in the comments. I hope the sun is shining with you all. Have a great day.